Well, hello there. Sorry to like not be prepared for this. How you go? How's it going? How are you doing? I didn't see you there. Hey, look, it's Nick Jr., the cartoon channel. It's a continuity of Nick Jr., and we're reviewing it. This continuity of Nick Jr. We see a lot of foxes in presence. That's a good sign. That's a nice thing to see immediately. That's the nice thing to be seeing. The first thing we see is this. And we see the standard Nick Jr. logo with the dot going crazy. But there's like one difference here. The dot is actually, in fact, covered with snow. And it's there's Christmas lights on it. I don't know. So this is a Christmas continuity of Nick Jr. And we see a lot of so interesting things that I just can't get over it. So, oftentimes, a lot of these things are the same things you always see, but they're covered with snow, and they have Christmas lights and like ribbons, and they look like presents, and everything is snow themed. Like there's like snowmen everywhere, and Christmas lights, and everything you need to be in the uh, mood for like the holidays, the Christmas time, the New Year's time, the spirit of New Year, the Christmas spirit. So we see a lot of promos for a lot of shows. This continuity, by the way, is from the year 2017. So it's a pretty old continuity, and it is pretty different from what they show nowadays. I actually like what I see very much. I actually think this is better than what they're showing nowadays, even though like I'm not really sure what they're showing nowadays. But I mean, a year ago, I know what they showed a year ago, and I know what they showed 2 years ago, and I think what they showed 2 years ago looks better than what they showed 1 year ago. 1 year ago, and maybe if we look at what they're showing now, I would like it even less. So I'm having like this idea right now, this like impression that I'm always comparing this. By the way, I'm always comparing this TV channel with Disney Junior because they both have Junior in their name and they're both targeted at pretty much the same audience. So we got Disney Junior and Nick Junior, and now I had this idea that maybe Disney Junior is getting better with time. It wasn't that great a while ago, and Nick Jr. was pretty great and is getting less good with time. Just something I noticed that could possibly be true, but I'm not really sure if that is correct. Maybe it's just a wrong impression. But when I look at this continuity from 2 years ago, it seems to look really good to me. I like the style and the design and the colors and everything pretty much. It's kind of impressive to me. It impressed me, so to speak. So we've got Crafty Christmas every day from 10 a.m. Hey, look at this logo. It was like really short. You barely noticed it, but they put in a lot of effort into it and it looked really great. So we've got Nella the Princess Knight, and she has a Christmas adventure of some sorts. She is in a land where it is winter, or at least it looks like Sweden to me. Like basically, she's in Sweden, I think. Is this really Nella, the Princess Knight? I never noticed how she looks like till now. Like I never paid attention to how Nella looks like. I think she looks different. She has a different haircut or something from what she usually wears. I don't know. So we see penguins. You can't help but think of penguins of Madagascar when you see penguins. But this is actually Paw Patrol. Hey, look, some kind of an original Nick Jr. bumper. Hey, look, a teddy bear, some kind of polar bear with a heart, and then the Nick Jr. logo appears. I don't know what this all was about. Like his mom called him, and he felt like, I don't know, he felt that somebody cared about him, and he like started feeling really good and loved and all that stuff. I don't know what this bumper was all about. honestly couldn't pay too much attention to it because it was too short and I was distracted by all the details. I couldn't see the forest for the trees, so to speak. So, what is this? Paw Patrol? I can't really recognize what is Paw Patrol and what is not Paw Patrol. I guess this is Paw Patrol. Yes, it is. I don't really like Paw Patrol, if I can tell you a secret. I can't really distinguish it from, like, I don't know. Something about it just doesn't look that great. I'm sorry to say that. It's probably the CGI animation. I'm not a particular fan of CGI animated cartoons. I like flat 2D cartoons a lot better, and sometimes the CGI animation is done really well, and sometimes it's done pretty crudely. I don't know, like the textures, maybe the colors. I'm a big fan of pretty colors. So when the colors are not pretty, they're not bright and shiny. I mean, they don't have to be shiny, but they can be like distinct and cheerful. I like cheerful colors. That's how you can describe it. I like cheerful, pretty colors. Like right now, I see pretty colors. I'm happy. That's enough to make me happy. The Nick Jr. logo bumpers, yeah, these are the colors that make me happy. Okay, like right now, what you're seeing on the screen, this house being built, made out of milk cartons and whatnot. Come on, out of oranges, is this really a house? I don't think that's a real house at all. But yet we see cartoon characters living in it. So I do not know what to say. This cartoon we just saw a glimpse of. Oh, this is actually a Nicktoons commercial. Look at the Nicktoons bumper. Nicktoons also looked good 2 years ago. And it showed a lot of nice shows as well. Hey, look,